Top stories this evening. President calls dissemination of information. Minister of Tourism says Maldives' ban on it to Friday in the ongoing case regarding Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Minha Maruf. President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu has stated that the moral decline witnessed in the Maldivian society is the result of promoting fun without fear with no regard to Islamic principles and customs. He stressed that those responsible for encouraging such behavior must be held accountable. The president made these remarks while speaking at a ceremony held on Thursday to mark the 92nd anniversary of the Maldives Police Service. In his address, President Muizzu referred to a recent incident in which a woman fell onto the roof of a house, describing it as an unfortunate and deeply concerning incident. The president said those who, in past years, encouraged youth to commit acts against Islamic principles and customs have to bear responsibility for the society's current state. He stated, "It was a very sad incident. I personally believe that those who promoted fun without fear as a right must be held accountable. Anyone who values justice would agree. We have to be aware that the very same people who promoted this are today misusing our youth for political purposes." The president emphasized that the Maldives Police Service is the most significant and largest institution working closely with the public. He called for changes in the way the police communicate with the public such that the relationship between the police and the public can be strengthened and to gain the people's trust. The president said there is a distinction between sharing information and withholding it, noting that it plays an important role in maintaining public trust. He stated, "I wish to revise the policies such that information on cases being investigated are shared with the public first. This will hold both the police and the public and hinder the efforts of those who spread false narratives to discredit the police," he stated. The president further highlighted the need for public cooperation for the police to effectively fulfill their duties and responsibilities, stating that he had no doubt that the police would provide sincere service under this government. The president said certain groups that do not love the country are seeking to undermine national institutions while remaining hidden. He urged the public not to fall prey to misinformation and devise to draw one's own conclusions by using reason and intelligence to discern the truth. The president said his government has initiated several efforts to enhance and strengthen the police institutions. While currently there are no police stations in many islands, the president expressed confidence that police services will be established on all inhabited islands by the end of the year. The president said the development of security institutions will facilitate security and peace and economic growth and appealed to the public to give their full cooperation to achieve these goals. President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu has called upon the Maldives Police Service (MPS) to ensure the transparent and timely dissemination of information, highlighting the crucial role of open communication in fostering public trust. Speaking during a ceremony commemorating the 92nd anniversary of MPS on Thursday evening, the president underscored the importance of providing the public with accurate information at the earliest opportunity. "I urge you, MPS, to change the procedure on sharing information with the public as soon as you start investigating a case. It doesn't matter what type of case it is, it could be an assault case or any other case. I would like to ask you to change the procedure on sharing information with the public. Inform the public that we have started that particular case and keep on sharing information as the investigation progresses," he said. He noted that such transparency not only enhances public confidence but also enables the police to carry out their responsibilities more effectively. He further stressed that timely communication helps prevent the spread of misinformation, whether for political or other motives, and urged the police to bring their initiatives closer to the community. The president also reiterated the essential role of the police in upholding the rule of law and affirmed his administration's commitment to supporting all necessary measures to strengthen and maintain public confidence in the institution. He went on to highlight the government's continued efforts to enhance the capabilities of MPS. In this regard, he announced the full access to police services would be extended to its citizens across the nation through improvements in resources, infrastructure, and service delivery mechanisms. The president added that by the end of this year, police services would be established in all inhabited islands of the Maldives. Furthermore, the government intends to establish dedicated police stations in 110 islands over the next 3 years. He also emphasized that priority is being given to equipping the police force with the requisite training and facilities. During the event, he presented commemorative mementos to police personnel in recognition of their outstanding contributions to the service. Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Ihsan has stated that the upcoming year will mark a significant transformation in policing, with the enactment of new laws proposed by the government and the empowerment it brings to national security agencies. The minister made the remark at an official function held to mark the 92nd anniversary of the Maldives Police Service. Minister Ali Ihsan emphasized that the entire economy of the Maldives depends on the stability of the nation and that Maldives Police Service plays a central role in maintaining the country's security, safety and stability. However, he noted that in recent years there have been challenges to maintaining such an environment, including the rise of drug use among youth and organized criminal groups which have compromised the society's harmony. The minister highlighted that President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu, since taking office, gave high precedence to restoring the country's social order by seeking permanent solution for the issues faced by the society. This included bringing all of the Maldives' internal security agencies under one umbrella and the establishment of a dedicated task force led by the police. Special laws have been drafted under the direct supervision of the president to address the issues in the society and submitted to Parliament for approval, he added. The minister said, in recent years, police-led task forces have achieved significant successes. With the powers assured by the new laws, we expect the coming year to bring tangible and positive changes. The police service will be delivered to the people in a more effective manner with visible results. Minister Ihsan further stated that in his capacity as the Homeland Security and Technology Minister, his top priority this year is to ensure that police are approachable, compassionate and engaging with the public with warmth. The minister said the aim is to speed up police investigations using modern technology and bringing about a positive change that the public expects. Notably, the government has introduced new legislative measures to dismantle criminal groups and address the drug problem faced by the nation. The Maldives' ban on Israeli passport holders has had no discernible impact on tourism, according to Minister of Tourism and Environment Tariq Ibrahim. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's ratification of the amendment to the Maldives Immigration Act on 15 April banned the entry of Israeli passports into the Maldives with immediate effect. Responding to questions during a press conference on Wednesday, Minister Tariq said the relevant authorities were closely monitoring the daily arrival numbers of tourists into the Maldives to see if there was any drop in arrivals. He explained, "We are monitoring the number of tourists coming to Maldives every day to see if there is any decline. So far, we have noticed no major impact on tourism or tourists coming to the Maldives." In contrast, the minister pointed out that the decision by the Maldives government had captured global media attention and has largely been met with praise for their bold decision by a small nation. Minister Tariq said, "At the moment, we have not yet heard of many mass campaigns on boycotting the Maldives. However, some media reports are saying that this would or could harm Maldives tourism. But there are many positive media reports praising this decision too." The minister assured that the government would continue to monitor developments closely, and the government is briefing its internal partners through diplomatic missions abroad on the reasons behind this drastic measure. The amendment introduces a new provision to the Immigration Act expressly prohibiting the entry of individuals holding Israeli passports into the territory of the Republic of Maldives. The ratification reflects the government's firm stance in response to the continuing atrocities and ongoing acts of genocide committed by Israel against the Palestinian people. The president has consistently championed the rights of the Palestinian people in the international arena. He has strongly condemned Israel's inhumane actions and spoken out in favor of the Palestinian people in all international forums he has participated in so far. The Maldives is also participating in ongoing legal cases filed against Israel in international courts. Minister of Economic Development and Trade Mohammed Saeed has announced the government's commitment to removing obstacles hindering key industries to accelerate economic development. He made the statement during the opening ceremony of the Build Expo organized by Maldives National Association of Construction Industries. At the event, the minister highlighted the need for a foreign investment policy under the current Foreign Investment Act, which would clearly define businesses that can be engaged by foreigners and those reserved for Maldivians. He also emphasized the government's focus on advancing the construction industry as a key economic sector. The Build Expo, taking place at Central Park in Hurumale from April 24th to 27th, features 60 exhibitors from local and international companies, including firms from India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and China. The 4-day event is open from 4 to 6 p.m. and 8 to 10 p.m. Minister of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development, Dr. Ali Haider Ahmed, emphasized the importance of mastering one's mother tongue as a foundation for acquiring additional languages in his keynote address at the Maldives National University MNU graduation ceremony. Speaking to the graduates, Dr. Haider urged them to embrace lifelong learning and warned against letting modern conveniences diminish the value of language and literature. The ceremony, which celebrated the academic achievements of over 140 students, featured graduates from MNU's Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Education, Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism Studies, and Faculty of Sharia and Law. Dr. Haider explained that a strong command of one's native language provides a structural framework for learning foreign languages, making it easier to understand their nuances and mechanics. In his address, the minister also encouraged the graduates to cultivate discipline and intellectual curiosity, stressing the importance of applying their knowledge with confidence and integrity. He emphasized that truthfulness and trustworthiness should guide their professional and personal conduct as they contribute to the national progress. Minister Haider also spoke about the broader role of education in society, urging educational institutions to foster environments that nurture creativity and intellectual inquiry. He cautioned against relegating language and literature to secondary importance, advocating for a renewed commitment to preserving linguistic heritage. Concluding his speech, Dr. Haider underscored the need for rigorous academic standards across higher education institutions, highlighting the importance of accountability in shaping a generation equipped with both knowledge and cultural literacy. The Maldives National University, MNU, has witnessed the graduation of 349 students from its 9 different faculties after completing the second term of their respective programs in 2024. Speaking at the graduation ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor of MNU, Dr. Aishad Shahnaz Adam, described the university as a symbol of pride and prosperity of the country and its people. The university plays a pivotal role in shaping the future of Maldives and is an important resource to connect the country's past and future, she said. The Vice-Chancellor said that the main objective of the National University is to produce the knowledge and skills needed by the people. To achieve this objective, the university will improve the quality of education provided by the university, she added. Students from 9 faculties have graduated from MNU this year. The graduates include 101 students from the School of Nursing and 24 students from the School of Medicine. This year's graduates also include 26 students from the Faculty of Arts, 62 from the Faculty of Education, 8 students from the Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism Studies, and 18 from the Faculty of Sharia and Law. In addition, 20 students from the Faculty of Health Sciences, 26 from the Faculty of Engineering, Science and Technology, 3 students from the College of Fisheries and Ocean Sciences, 44 students from MNU Business School, and 17 students from the School of Nursing are also among the graduates this year. The Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation (MMPRC), in collaboration with 11 co-exhibitors, showcased the Maldives' tourism offerings at the Kazakhstan International Travel Fair (KITF) 2025 in Almaty from April 23rd to 25th. The fair, one of the premier tourism events in Central Asia, provided a platform for the Maldives to promote its unique experiences to a wide audience of travel professionals and visitors. The Maldives stand, along with key co-exhibitors such as AAA Hotels and Resorts, Roello Travel, Splendid Asia, and others, captivated attendees with displays highlighting luxury, romance, adventure, and cultural experiences, embodying the sunny side of life branding. MMPRC's participation aimed to strengthen the Maldives' presence in the Central Asian market, engaging with the local travel trade and boosting visibility in the region. The fair's significance lies not only in showcasing the Maldives' tourism offerings, but also deepening relationships with key travel professionals from Central Asia. In 2024, the Maldives welcomed 27,575 visitors from the region, with 3,138 recorded arrivals by March 2025. MMPRC continues its efforts to maintain momentum with joint marketing promotions, ensuring the Maldives stays top of mind for travelers in Central Asia. International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva said that China, to shift its economy toward a higher growth, it will need to end a poverty crisis, add social safety net protections, boost its services sectors, and let private sector companies reach their full potential.
Georgieva told a news conference that she was concerned about the ASEAN region because this group of relatively open Southeast Asian economies were highly exposed to US tariffs and trade tensions and should work to boost regional trade links. Amid questions about whether US President Donald Trump might try to dismiss Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, Georgieva said central bank independence is critical to the health of global economy. At her briefing during IMF and World Bank's spring meetings, Georgieva said directives from U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent would be discussed with representatives of the fund's 190 members. The U.S. is the IMF's largest contributor. Bessent on Wednesday called for IMF and World Bank to refocus on their core missions of macroeconomic stability and development, saying they had strayed too far into issues such as climate change, gender and inclusion that have reduced their effectiveness.
The United Nations Highest Court will hold hearings from Monday, April 28th to Friday, May 2nd in the ongoing case regarding Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories.
The International Court of Justice, ICJ, known as the World Court, previously on July 19, 2024, said that the occupation of Palestinian territories and Israeli settlements there are illegal and should be withdrawn as soon as possible in its strongest findings to date on the Israel-Palestinian conflict. The advisory opinion by judges at the ICJ was not binding but carries weight under international law. United Nations General Assembly on September 18, 2024 adopted a Palestinian drafted resolution that demanded Israel end its unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory within 12 months. A General Assembly resolution also is not binding but carries political weight. Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza Strip and East Jerusalem, areas of historic Palestine, which the Palestinians won for a state in the 1967 Middle East War, and has since built settlements in the West Bank and steadily expanded them. The war in the Gaza Strip began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas gunmen stormed into Israeli communities, killing around 1,200 people and abducting about 250 hostages, according to Israeli tallies. Since then, Israel's military has leveled swaths of Palestinian enclave, driving nearly all of its 2.3 million people from their homes, giving rise to deadly hunger and disease and killing more than 50,000 people, according to Palestinian health authorities. The Israeli military has also in recent months carried out what it calls a large-scale military operation in the occupied West Bank to root out militants. Israel has expanded and consolidated settlements in the West Bank as part of the steady integration of these territories in breach of international law.
U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, met President Vladimir Putin in Moscow on Friday, April 25th, at what Trump has said is a key moment in diplomacy to end the war in Ukraine.
Witkoff has emerged as Washington's key spokesperson with Putin as Trump pushes for a deal to end the war and has already held 3 long meetings with the Kremlin leader. Video published by the Kremlin showed Witkoff and Trump shaking hands and exchanging pleasantries before sitting down on opposite sides of a white oval table. Putin was accompanied by his foreign policy advisor Yuri Ushakov and investment envoy Kirill Dmitriev. Witkoff's latest visit to Moscow comes a day after Trump criticized a Russian missile and drone attack on Kiev that killed at least 12 people. And in response to this, Trump wrote on his social media, "Vladimir, stop." But Trump also said there has been significant progress in peace talks. He added that the next few days is going to be important and many meetings will take place. Trump also highlighted that he thinks that they are going to make a deal and that this will happen really soon. Russian news outlets earlier published photographs showing Witkoff strolling in central Moscow with Dmitriev, who has played a prominent role in contact with Trump's administration.
Finland's Kalle Rovanperä was fastest after the opening 3 runs of the Rally Islas Canarias shakedown on Thursday, April 24th. The Toyota driver was 2.5 seconds quicker than his Japanese teammate Takamoto Katsuta, with Hyundai drivers Odd Tanak of Estonia and defending world champion Thierry Neuville of Belgium in 3rd and 4th place. British Championship leader Elfyn Evans was in 5th place in his Toyota, 4.1 seconds behind Rovanperä. Can you imagine owning a ride-on robotic lion? Kawasaki Robotics can, and they have unveiled a concept ride-on robot that they believe could become a reality by 2050.
Called Coleo, the ride-on robot lion is an all-terrain personal mobility vehicle powered by a hydrogen-burning electric generator driving motors in each leg. Kawasaki says the rider can control the machine through weight shifts detected by steps and handlebars, like a cross between riding a motorcycle, a horse, and a Segway. The front and rear legs operate independently, allowing to observe shocks during walking, running, and jumping, and allowing the rider to maintain a comfortable posture even when climbing. Yusuke Amatatsu, Kawasaki Heavy Industries Expo 2025 production manager, told Reuters that this rideable robot with its 4-legged stability allows anyone to easily access places that were previously difficult to reach with traditional wheels, even enabling exploration up in the mountains. Each leg is equipped with a rubber hoof that grips various surfaces, adapting to diverse terrains like grasslands, rocky areas, and rubble fields. The instrument panels display crucial information such as hydrogen levels, route to the summit, and the center of gravity position. At night, it enhances riding by projecting markers onto the road surface to indicate the path ahead.
And that's all we have for now. Thank you for listening and wish you all a pleasant day ahead.